Coming back to yearlings and 2-year-olds and stuff, what's your advice on anyone that wants to maybe buy a yearling from the sales? Because what I find is you buy these horses, you put it into training, and you end up probably getting one run when it's a 2-year-old at the end of the season. What would you...
Yeah, I mean, Nick, as you know, if you've been to sales and things like that, everybody's trying to breed early 2-year-olds.
Yes.
But even early 2-year-olds don't need 6-7 months to start training for a race.
Right.
So generally, what I believe I can do, and I've done it before, is 3 months to get a horse ready for racing.
So 3 months.
If the horse is not going to be early, in that 3-month period, the horse will let you know. You will then back off it, turn it out, or just ease back on the work, and then go somewhere, and then put new idea, a new plan ahead for it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, as you know, I've discussed I follow breeding a lot, and I look at dosage, which tells you a little bit about the trip that it should or shouldn't get. And you sometimes get a horse that absolutely has got no chance of actually running as a 2-year-old, but people still try to do that.
No, there's no point. I mean, generally, horses can all throw back generations. I mean, we had a filly when I was in South Africa, which I was very heavily involved with. She won the fillies Guineas around third in the Guineas. She threw back 3 generations. And that's where she came from. If we bred the same horse, the same side, might have come completely different, but she threw back. So there's no point in training a horse that wants a trip or go late for 10 months before it gets to race. It's just sheer boredom or setting with the horse.
So what you could do if someone bought a horse from the sales is just basically put it away in a field and reduce their training costs for a while until it's ready to train.
That's right. And a lot of time, a good thing to do is to back the horse. Yeah. And then once it starts cantering, say, okay, it's going to be a late horse, turn him out again, let him grow, let him strengthen up, and then bring him back in.
Now you talk about backing, because I always hear the concept of breaking. Is that another difference between the way you train in South Africa, or is it
it's something new. Yeah. I think worldwide coming. Should go worldwide. I think that in the old days we used to break horses, and they say break the spirit, horse them and do what you do. We now call it backing. I personally use a Monty Roberts method. I was on a seminar with him in 1989 when he was across in England, and it's just a join-up method. We become...
So when you say join-up, the horse and you become friends, or
realistically, sort of thing. What happened? I become the herd leader.
Okay.
And the horse, put in simple terms, it's not that complicated really. And then the horse will do what I want because I'm the herd leader. He wants to be part of the herd.
Right. So
he follows me.
In fact, I videoed you doing this with one of your fillies, which was fascinating to see what she was doing. It's quite a tricky filly to get into the stalls, isn't it?
Yeah, the fillies are always difficult because fillies are more intelligent than our cross.
Really? I don't know.
It's not the right thing to say, but they are. And the mares lead the herd. So generally, sometimes if you go out to a stud farm and you watch before, if you can buy from straight off the ground from the stud, instead of going through the sales, you will see characteristics of your horses. So sometimes it's a good thing to watch them in the field, and you will see which the dominant ones. So by doing the join up, you get them through to follow you and go through the stalls. Stalls work becomes easier, leading them around becomes a lot easier, and just general handling and behaviour.
It's not common that though, is it? Is it just people just haven't got the time to do it? If you've got too many horses?
No, it's if you've got a lot of horses, you need good staff. So somewhere down the line, I just believe that there's quite a lot of thought worldwide going that this is the way to go with horses now. It does, whatever anybody will say, the system does work. And I think it's got to get out of the old English traditional way. Right? Worldwide, everybody else is, a lot of people are using it and going with it.
So you could potentially improve a horse that came to you maybe with that method and calm it down and...
Well, a horse that's been not necessarily ill treated, just incorrectly treated. You can find every horse has a sweet spot. Yeah. And especially if you're taking low handicap horses, class 6, class 5 horses that come from big yards. I mean, a horse winning a class 6 doesn't mean a lot to a trainer who's got 6 Group 1 winners at his yard. Not knocking the trainer, but he has to concentrate on his Group 1s. So for a smaller trainer to get that horse, we can turn around horses.
And there's a lot of opportunities of getting these horses at the moment. It's a good time to buy. I mean, obviously with the credit crunch and everything, maybe horses could be an investment if you stuck them around in the field for a couple of years.
Yes, if you had a place to keep them. Actually, now's the time to buy. Even if you want to buy yearlings or 2-year-olds, or 2-year-olds would be now 2-year-olds or 3-year-olds, or horse people that had 6 horses and want 2 horses now, and you can pick up some nice horses now for good prices.
Yeah, well, I'd just like to ask you a few questions on, because as you know that I run this Bucks Racing Partnerships, which try to get local people into racing, and obviously working with you with some of the horses that I've got there. I'm interested in trying to find flat horses that have potential to go hurdling, national hunt, and what is the best sort of trip for a horse? I mean, what's your advice on that?
Well, what I've learned, especially working for Lady and Heritage, you can slow horses down. You take flat horses, and most jumpers are now, especially hurdlers, are flat horses that are going hurdling. And you can slow them down just through the exercise and through their breathing patterns and things like that, and try to get them to get to a trip. Not every horse will be able to get a trip. I mean, but you can sort of a 7 furlong horse or a miler.
So something at 7 furlongs should be able to get 2 miles over hurdles, and
you should be able to get it. Yeah, I mean, and so if you go back a generation or two, you find there will be some staying pedigree in its blood in its pedigree, and if you can slow them down and get them, as they get older, they slow down as well. The horses, you know. So we should be able to get a trip out them. Nothing's a guarantee.
So that would be good. Maybe looking out in a cellar or horses in training that potentially has got an opportunity to go hurdling, 7 furlong horse that maybe is a little bit headstrong, that you could probably calm down a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the hill.
Yeah, exactly. There's no guarantee, but you can. I mean, it just comes down to a way of working with horses, and hopefully you get the horse to calm down and do its work.
And one thing that I have seen is your jumps at the top of the hill. But coming from South Africa, I suppose there isn't a lot of jump racing there.
No, I did try it in the early 60s, and I think the ground's too firm and too many horses breaking legs, and we can't water our tracks enough to get it soft enough for the horses.
Now, are you confident you can train jumpers so that do that?
Yeah, I've show jumped my whole life, so I know how to make a horse jump. I've also, over the last 9 years, been working in England, and all 3 trainers have had jumpers.
Right.
And I've trained some jumpers myself, and if I can train a show jumper, and I've jumped A grades, and I've done point to point in South Africa, and I've hunted, and if I've got a horse that to jump, it needs to stay, and he can stay, and he can jump, which I can teach him to do, and I've done jumping, so
you just need to get him on a nice calm rhythm.
That's right, and your jumpers as opposed to your flat horses, I mean, I like my flat horses to travel on the bridle, taking me along the gallop.
Yes.
Depending on the trip, the further they go, you like them, but to jumps you like to just be off the bridle, just lobbing along, saving energy, until you turn for home and they kick for home. Well,
thanks, Gavin, for talking to me. I'm sure you're going to be very successful, and hope to have a couple of horses with you with the Bucks Racing Partnership, and maybe buy a few together. It would be very interesting.
No, that'd be great, and I think the area, a lot of people in Buckinghamshire can get involved in horses, so they can come down and see you. You're pretty open, aren't you? We're open all the time, and basically, my motto is I work for the owners. Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you very much. Thanks, Nick. Thanks.